this is Nicole and Elizabeth. We're going to give you another flow that you can practice at home, or if you're on the road not able to make it to the studio. This is Nicole. Elizabeth's going to get on the floor. We're going to go child's pose to start. So if you are on your mat, just go ahead and meet us there. So your child's pose, let your forearms be on the floor first. So just resting down on the mat. And I want you just to start breathing. So the first couple of breaths always are either really fast and shallow, or you're really almost like working really hard to breathe. So go ahead and give yourself a few minutes just to connect to your breath and allow your body to just come into the space. So wherever you were, whatever you were doing, just start to kind of disconnect from that. Give it a few breaths, and then you'll feel it kind of start to slow down and start to sink in. So with the mind starting to follow. So when that starts to happen, we're going to speed it up for you. We're going to go together for 2 rounds. So we'll breathe in through the nose. I want you to open the mouth and just sigh it out. So just let go, kind of cueing your body to just arrive right here. We'll do one more just like that. Find the top of your lungs. You'll pause there. When you're ready to exhale, you'll go ahead and let that breath go all the way out. Good. We'll start moving the spine a little. So take the left arm and thread it underneath your right. So we'll take that, lift a little the forearm, the right forearm, get your left arm underneath. So you'll be somewhere on the tricep, maybe the shoulder. Right arm can walk forward. It's nice to come up on those fingertips and really press the finger pads down into the floor. You can walk them across the mat like she's doing, so it's a little bit deeper stretch. Or if you'd rather go up and back behind, you could take a half bind so it meets right at your low back, maybe all the way across, and you tuck it between your hips. So depending on how the shoulder moves, the length of your arms, all those things. Take just one more breath here. Really press the back of that left arm into the floor. And then we'll start to unwind. So the right arm will reach up, down, and then forward with the left arm. And you'll pause here. Just give yourself one breath to reset in between. Good. And then the other side. Go ahead, lift the left forearm a little. Get the right arm underneath. Good. Press the back of the hand, the length of your arm down into the mat. Get the traction right across the back. And start playing with those fingers so you can move them across the floor to the right side, back center. Crawl up on the fingers, press down a little. Breathe, and then if it's calling for you to move that hand back behind, you can take it to your low back and just press it either all the way across, just halfway. Press the back of your hand there. Let your spine just move in a different shape. Give it a few breaths to settle, and then we'll move right out of that. The left arm forward, the right arm will meet it. Pause here. Maybe you walk those fingertips a little further forward. Maybe you just crawl up on the hand, so that gives you a little leverage, a little lift through the forearms. And then sink your armpits right down towards the floor, your heart center. Get the shoulders a little involved. Take a breath there. And then you want to soften. Maybe the palms come down to the floor. We're going to down dog right away. So go ahead and turn the toes under, lift those hips. And I just want you to move on your own for a few breaths. So pedaling out your knees, your hips can go side to side. She'll give you a lot of variations right here, or just a few. The legs can even move one up, one down if you want to go asymmetrical with that. High toes, dropping heels to one side or the other, stretching across the hips. Then you'll move it back. Same thing. So if you do one thing on one side, make sure you do the other so you get the same stretch. And then we'll just pause. Drop your heels towards the floor and really drive your hands down and forward into the mat. Take a big breath in. And then you'll exhale it out. Beautiful. Come up onto your toes, Elizabeth. Drop the knees towards the floor. Let's find tabletop. So slowly towards the mat. Drop those knees. Hands can adjust, so you can move the feet back, the hands back, the shirts back, and then you'll breathe. Take the heart forward away from your hips, and then 2 rounds cat-cow. Let's start with cat. So take a big inhale in neutral spine, and then you'll exhale all the way cat, and then with your own breath. So if I'm cueing faster or slower than your breath moves, go ahead and just do 2 rounds. Allow the full length of your inhale and exhale, and then return to a neutral spine when you get there. Nice. From that neutral spine, we'll take one foot back and then the other, plank pose. So just stepping the feet towards the back of the mat. Press down through those hands and go ahead and just lift the front of your body. So work on the front side of your body, lifting away from the mat. Strength through those heels, pressing through those palms. Take one inhale. The exhale will turn into down dog again. So push down and up with those hips. Good. A big breath here. Let it out. And then we'll walk the feet towards the top of the mat. So you can take bigger steps or little baby steps, walking yourself to the front of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Slide the hands up the shins, the heart away from your hips, and then fold, let the head drop. A little bend through the knees, a big press through the feet, and then reverse all the way up to stand. Palms will meet at heart center. So the lung fills, you'll breathe out. Nice. Eyes nice and steady, forward. And we'll take Sun A, Surya Namaskar A. We start high mountain, arms to reach. Good. Fall forward. halfway lift. Slide the hands up the shins or just lengthen out. Palms touch the floor. Take your plank pose, stepping back. Just one breath here. When you're ready to exhale, you can bend those elbows. Drop the knees if you need. Up dog or cobra. So if you want to put the body on the floor for the first round, soften up. Forehead meets the floor. You're going to press to child's pose from here. You can do that. And then turn the toes, straighten those legs. Keep that fluid motion. So let the breath keep moving and the body moving at the same time. We'll take 2 breaths here. Let the eyes land on your navel, and without moving anything, just let your breath be the only thing moving here. So 2 times. Good. And then 1 more. Let it out. Beauty. High up on your toes. Walk those feet. So we'll go slow. Keep walking towards the front of the mat or stepping. You can halfway lift. Then fold, follow your breath all the way up. Arms reach tall, then they'll meet at heart center as you empty out your lungs. Good. This one will go up dog to down dog, unless you want to pause and go the other way around. That's where we're going. So high mountain, and then let it go. Fall forward. Halfway lift, you breathe. Good. Plank passing through. Chaturanga to the belly if you need. Up dog or cobra. And then here's your down dog. 2 breaths in and out. Good. 1 more time. And then all the way out. Nice. Eyes to the front of your mat. Let your feet land right where your thumbs are, between your thumbs. We halfway lift when you get there. Beauty. Fold. And then just hang here. You can take opposite elbows if you need. Just hang just for a breath. Allow the body, the wrists, the shoulders, everything to release and just kind of hang towards the floor. Hug the belly in for support, and then you'll stay here. Last one. Good. And from here, we're taking a chair pose. So just let the hands find the floor. Sit down nice and low. Pull the belly in and start to take those arms up overhead. So scoop up tall. Biceps by your ears. And then work on that pubic bone, lifting forward. Nice adjustment. We'll take the sitting bones towards the backs of the mat. Fingers, tips go long. And see if you can move your thumbs just towards the back. Beauty. So feel it across your back just as much as you feel your legs. So shift your body around until it's a full body move. Breathe in there. And then we'll fall forward, let that go. So you'll press through those legs and fold. Halfway lift, plant your palms. Let's take plank chaturanga, up dog to down dog. Your right foot's gonna go forward, crescent lunge. Right knee steps, come on up. This is your inhale. And then exhale, palms to the floor, step it back. So slow breath, long, fast movements. Inhale, up dog, down dog, same exhale. Left foot goes forward. Here's your end, crescent lunge. And then when you're ready for that exhale, you'll feel it. You'll move to the bottom of your chaturanga. And then your inhale comes in for up dog and then down dog. That was our first sun B. We'll hold here, 2 breaths. It's very nice to just pause and hold after sun B and just let those effects settle into your body. Allow the breath to come back in. The mouth can open up and you can sigh out a little louder. Nice. 1 more. And exhale. Good. Now we're just going to add on from there. So come up onto your toes. We're going back to the front of your mat. Walk or hop those feet. A halfway lift draws you up. Forward fold. Nice. From the ground, sit low. Take your arms up high. Chair pose. Big reach, pull the belly right away, adjust. So engage the muscles that need to work to hold you here. Maybe the feet, heels down and out a little. Feel those outer hips, outer thighs. 1 more time. And then we're going back to down dog. So you'll get there how you like. Fall forward. She's going to take a flow back to down dog. Breathing as you're moving. The inhale and then the exhale. Right foot steps, lunging into crescent. We'll pause in crescent. So take those arms up high. Stacking over the shoulders. The back knee can bend a little if it's a little intense in your hip flexor. Otherwise, just press that thigh bone. Start to lower your back thigh closer to the floor without bending the knee till your hip flexor says stop. Good. And then that front foot, right foot pushes down and forward. And then try to lengthen the fingers a little higher. And maybe you push your heart towards the ceiling. Lengthen out of your hips. 1 more time. Breathing in. We're going warrior 2, so you'll need to soften that back heel to the floor. Once you're steady in your feet, you feel that foundation, then you can take the arms into it. Pull out with those fingers away from each other. Keep the back heel pressing into the floor. That back thigh is wrapping up a little, like it's moving towards the ceiling, so your thighs. It's a hip opener, so feel it across your hips. Chest towards your chin, eyes forward. We take just 1 more breath here. All right, and And from your warrior two, we're gonna breathe just one more right there. Good, and then side angle. So look right on the inside of that right foot to start. So you can go all the way to the ground, one option. Another option is you can bring your forearm up to your thigh. So either one works. We're usually trying to work on the hips and the rotation of the torso more than just the reach towards the ground. So stay up higher if that gives you more range of motion. And then you wanna breathe, the rib cage pressing up that back thigh. Try to roll it up towards the ceiling. Feel them pulling apart. One more time, just breathe in. And then we're gonna let the feet be a little heavier. So press down and forward into that front leg, and we're coming back to warrior two. So disconnect those arms, push up and breathe. Good, if you need to straighten that front leg for a breath, you can. Otherwise, we're going right back into it. For a half moon on this one, eyes to the outside of your foot this time. Crawl up slow. So the slower you move, the more balance you'll have. So adjust that speed you're coming up on. Back leg nice and high, heel in line with the hip, maybe even a little higher, pulling your inner thighs apart, and then you'll breathe here. Maybe the eyes start to move across the floor and up the ceiling. Maybe you see your thumb, maybe you don't. One more time, just breathe in and exhale. Now just look to the ground and stay here. I want you to come into an airplane pose. So the hands are gonna move behind your back. So you're gonna go slowly dropping. Left arm starts to drop as you bend the right knee and you press your body up. A big press forward. Nice. That standing leg is drilling down towards the floor. Now we're going warrior three. So the hands slide towards the floor, then press all the way up. Thumbs are reaching towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Can you bend the standing leg a lot and let your belly touch? Good. And then the back toes are closer to the floor. We're going back. Crescent lunge. Toes touch. Arms lift. Take your eyes up. Your heart starts to reach even more. Maybe you sink a little bit into it. Go right into that fire. One more time. Breathe in. And then think chaturanga. So you're passing through plank. Palms on the floor. Make your way to down dog. So if you need to go to the belly instead, you can do that. Otherwise, here's your up dog. You press to down dog, and then you'll breathe into it. Give it 2 rounds, cleansing, clearing that breath. Allow everything to settle in that right leg. Sometimes little things in the mind start to come up. Thoughts, emotions, let it happen. Start to look into it, so pay attention. It's like a little magnifying glass right here. You pause and breathe. Good. And then we'll do it on the other side. Same moves does not necessarily mean the same experience. So here we go. We're gonna go forward towards the front of the mat. We'll take a flow in between. So high up onto your toes. Bring your feet towards the front of the mat. Sit down for a chair pose. Bend those knees and take the arms up high. Little detour, we're gonna go for a crow pose. So you'll bring your palms to the floor. If crow is not in your practice yet, hold your chair or we're gonna work together. She'll do full on crow pose. I'll work on the other option with you. Just bringing your palms to the floor, rock your knees into your triceps and just keep your toes on the floor. You can lift one and just play here, hugging everything into your midline. From there, we're coming back to down dog. So you can step your feet down. She will go plank chaturanga. We will step right into down dog as the alternate option. From down dog, one breath in.
It's very presumptive of you.
And out. We'll take that left knee now in towards your chest and we're stepping forward. Crescent lunge is where we all start. So start to build your foundation first. Get nice and solid. We know we'll be here for a while, so just give it a second. You'll breathe in and then out. Good. Front leg is strong and then we'll pivot back heel towards the floor. Here is warrior two on this side. Arms are pulling wide. Let your inner thighs just sink towards the floor. A lot of times we'll resist and hold ourselves up. Just let it go as far as you can with that strength. Front foot, as long as it's pressing down and forward, will hold you in the muscle so you're not sinking and hitting that joint. Fingertips long, one time, breathe in, and then side angle. We're going down towards the floor. Left hand on the ground or on your thigh, so you can go either option. Right hand reaches up and you want to try to press from the middle finger. Yeah, like you're reaching for the ceiling. Get a nice long line. Lots of strength across the shoulders and the legs. We take one more breath in. And exhale. Good. We're going back to warrior two. So press down with that front leg. Allow your body, the muscles, to guide your torso back up. Breathe here. Again, if you need it, straighten that front leg. Otherwise, we're breathing for one. And then here's half moon. Eyes to the outside of your foot this time. Crawl slowly. You're transferring your weight out of the back leg. Let it be strong though, so keep it nice and lifted. Everything intensifying, reaching, pulling up towards the ceiling. We'll take 2 breaths. Can you keep your eyes on those fingers or just somewhere steady where it can help you focus on that standing leg? Give a little squeeze to that glute and drill down through your heel. One more. Nice, and now we're coming to airplane. So the slower you move, the more control. So the right hand wraps back behind. A soft bend in that standing leg so the left hand gets light, and now we open. Good, press your chest up, that back heel a little higher. Stay there and slide the hands towards the floor, then forward, warrior three. Try to reach the thumbs towards the ceiling. Your biceps and your ears are connected right here, and everything is pressing up, even that midline pushing away. Take one more breath, pull it apart. How far can you get that heel from those fingers? Good, standing leg bends a lot. Just pause right into it there. Good, hovering warrior three. Then back toes catch the floor. Crescent lunge up, eyes up, chest up. One more breath. Beauty, and then hands meet the floor. Let's take that flow. We're coming back to your down dog. Up dog, you breathe in. Down dog, you let that breath out. Drop those heels, take a breath, and let it go. Good, we're gonna give those hips a little stretch. We worked on those thighs. You're coming into half pigeon. So come up on the toes if you want. Right leg can lift, or you can come down to the knees and start from the ground. So those are the options. We're taking the right knee towards your right wrist, crossing that left foot across the mat, or the right foot across your mat to the left. And then you'll set it up. Palms on the floor first. So walk yourself up. See how you got your shoulders over your hips? The back foot is pressing into the floor. Nice and active with that back foot. Take your heart forward. So try not to just press up and back. And then you can start walking over that front leg. Catching forearms, your palms on the floor. The forehead can rest. You can bring your chest down. So go where you can actually still feel an ease of breath. So if the breath feels restricted, or if it's hard to let the body release, it won't feel good. So you just want it to be nice and relaxed breathing. So it's still a very active pose, but the breath is moving nice and deep. We'll give it 2 breaths more. Full inhale. Good. Let that exhale move all the way through. Good. Last one. Breathing in and out. Good. Start to come up. So we're going to come into a fallen star, taking the palms on the floor. Turn those back toes under, and you're just going to slide that right leg out in front of you. Find the floor. You can keep it down on the floor, really just for more of a stretch. Let the arm reach towards the ceiling, and maybe, across the body. Take that right hip and press it up towards the ceiling. A big rotation. Big inhale. Good. And then look towards the floor. Left hand to the ground, hanging plank. Right knee to your chest. Take a breath. Plank where the feet meet together. Then we chaturanga. We up dog on the in, and here's your down dog again. Pause here and out. Good. Let's try the other side. So enter how you like to get to your half pigeon. If this is new for you, you're just going to follow us. Left knee to that left tricep, slide it to your wrist, cross the foot all the way over, and then set up the back foot. So take a peek, and you want to line up. A lot of times we think we know what it looks like, so making sure you feel what it looks like and see it, put it in the body, and then hold it here. First, we sit up tall, allow the body to settle. So you don't want to go too deep, too quick. The muscles will tense up. So that'll be a reverse effect that we're trying to do. Once you feel a little bit settled, go ahead and walk forward. Fingertips, maybe your forearms for a stopping block, or if you can go all the way down, you go ahead and bring that forehead, the chest towards the ground. You'll pause. And here's those 3 breaths. So your full breath cycles in. Again, ease of breath. If it's too tight, too intense, pull your heel closer to your hip. You'll be glad that you did, and when you can just release in that pigeon. Last one. Good. So we're going to walk those hands back in as much as you can. We're going to slide that left leg. So turn the right toes under, lift the body up off the floor, and slide your left leg out to the side for that fallen star. Pull that right arm up. Start to move the left hip towards the ceiling. So a big rotation. The arms can just drop overhead. Really, we just want to cross across the body, get that stretch. One more time, a big inhale. Last little push. Eyes towards the ground. Find your plank with the knee to the chest. Hold it here. And then feet together. Here we go. Slide forward. Last flow. Up dog. Breathe in. And then down dog. Up and back. Good. Walk the hands and the feet to the middle of your mat. You'll pause there. You can hang heavy. You can take opposite elbows. Just one breath. Allow the body to hang. The breath to start to settle. Good. And then bend your knees. We'll make our way down to the mat. Go ahead and lay all the way back. are flat on the floor, knees are bent, just go ahead and pause here, give it a breath. I'm just gonna finish with a twist, both legs at the same time. So go ahead and pull the knees in towards your chest. So we're gonna go to the left first. So when you're ready, take those knees over to the side. She went cactus with the arms. You can take the same variation. You can just reach, even hold opposite elbows. You can go arms out to T or down by your hips. Either way, stay here for just one more breath. In, let that shoulder release, the knees fall heavy towards the ground. Without moving the shape of the body, just pick up the head and look towards the knees. So just the left cheek, left ear to the floor this time. Releasing both sides of your neck. Good, then look up towards the ceiling, roll onto your back, and then we'll shift the knees to the other side. You can switch the arms, so variation can change here, or you can stay the same way. First, take the left ears to the floor, hold it there. And then we'll take your right ear towards the ground, releasing that side of the neck, just one breath. And then we'll make your way up with the eyes, roll onto your back, hug the knees in one last time. We will take a little bit of a Shavasana, so you'll take the legs long on your mat. Stay as long as you can. Give it at least 2 to 3 minutes since it was a shorter practice. Longer if you can. 2 breath cycles to start. In through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. We go again. All the way out.